Hello, hello. Guess what I didn't do?
Fix the overlays.
So everybody's in the right place, but
Didn't change the names.
there are no names in the right place.
Oh no.
I
Jeez.
somehow completely forgot about this. So, for the Prime Dean, Seth, you are David. Emily, you are Jared, and
Perfect.
Alyssa, you are Carly.
Oh cool. I
So,
like being Carly.
yeah.
Carly's cool.
Carly is cool. Uh, yeah. So as I fix those, we are playing some masks, Gamebound masks. So I'm pretty excited because this is a fun game, and we get to delve into the emotional issues of teenage superheroes.
Yay!
So
Emotions.
I'm always down with that.
Last
so.
week it was like teenage school anime, and now
Uh-huh.
this week it's teenage school superhero
Exactly.
something.
And I'm playing pretty much my character, except this time with superpowers.
Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, so we're in a world where superpowers exist, and they're a thing, and there are superheroes that save the world, and you know they aren't everywhere. Like this isn't My Hero Academia where there's 80% of the population has superpowers. But this is a world where superpowers exist, and there are superheroes, and they are important people. And yeah, so our characters today are young people who are trying to make their way in the world, trying to live up to possibly a legacy that was given to them, whether directly or indirectly by the adult superheroes in the world. So we're gonna follow them and figure out what they're about, what they're gonna fight, and we're gonna do that by going through some of these questions and kind of figuring out what these superheroes are about. So let's go through this one at a time. So Seth, how did you gain your skills?
Well, you see, I was a bit of a sheltered child and always having supervision, which, as you can imagine, I didn't like. So I spent most of my time horsing around, running away from the nanny my parents hired, and hiding and occasionally hitting her with sticks.
Oh, nice. So basically, you trained by defeating the evil babysitter.
Yes.
Awesome.
I went through a few
Hello,
babysitters.
Calvin. So your ferret should definitely be named Hobbs. I would just like to say that now.
No. Ferret is not named Hobbs.
Cool. So, let me grab this. Okay. When did you first put on your costume?
I first put on my costume probably around 7 years old. This particular nanny would not leave me alone, and so I ran into my room, put on as much junk as I could, and ran out insisting, "Glenn is not here. I am a superhero," and I ran out the door. And
what was that? What was that superhero name?
I don't think I had a superhero name quite yet.
Okay. Because I mean,
I just
sounds like
I was a superhero.
It sounds like a superhero name that a 5-year-old would come up with.
No, there's a name behind.
Right.
There's a reason behind my superhero name.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
So here I'm putting in these names here. Who outside of the team thinks you shouldn't be a superhero?
No.
My family.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to be like the cool superheroes on TV, but my parents always told me, no, you can't do that. You're gonna grow up. You're gonna do something responsible. You're gonna be a normal, active member of society, and I've always resented that.
Mm-hmm. And so that's not implying that the team doesn't think that you shouldn't be that you should be a superhero. It just means that the answer has to be outside of the team. So, so why do you try to be a hero?
Oh, because I always felt held back by my family. They're always trying to keep me in line, do this, do that, don't hit the babysitter with sticks.
Yeah,
so
dumb stuff like that.
I need to prove that I can make it with the big dogs.
Understandable. Totally understandable. Alyssa, what is your superhero name, real quick?
I don't have one.
You don't have one yet? You just
I
go by
just
your
don't
name.
have one.
You just go by your
Oh.
regular name. Sounds
I just
good.
go by my regular name.
Awesome. I'm doing the overlays. So, Emily, what is your hero name?
I am the Majestic Phoenix.
Perfect.
Ah, there you go.
Perfect. You are the Majestic Phoenix. I believe it. I believe it.
Caca.
Cool. And then the Majestic Phoenix. As the Majestic Phoenix. Oh man, you're beating out Connor for longest name in an overlay.
Hello. Do you remember my name? I don't remember what it was.
Out vowels.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah, you definitely took the cake.
I didn't remember what it was.
Longest name of all time.
Neither do we.
Yeah. Cool. So, Seth, why do you care about the team?
Because they're the only friends I have, and they're the only ones that treat me like I'm not a kid.
Nice.
And since there wasn't an explanation, this is my explanation for why I picked the superhero name I did. Whenever I was horsing around or something like that, my parents were like, well, think of it. Whenever I wanted to horse around and do crazy things, whenever the babysitter wasn't around, my parents would always say, well, what would your nanny do? What would your nanny do if you were doing this? So I made my name Nanny Do. So when they say, what would Nanny do? I'm like, I do that because he's cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So we'll come back to when your team first came together. Let's get the backstory for everybody first. So Emily, when did the Majestic Phoenix officially become a part of your legacy?
I became a part of my legacy when I was 18. And because my sister became a part of the legacy. She's older than me when she was 16. But I was already raising my daughter at that age. So then I kind of, once I was old enough and she was old enough, then I could finally start fighting evil.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Cool. What's the greatest accomplishment of your legacy?
Well, my mother defeated the worm.
Ooh, the worm.
Yep.
Interesting. That's all you're
Was
gonna
he
tell
a
me? No
hip-hop-
more info?
Yep.
Awesome.
I want to imagine he was a hip hop villain that beat people up doing the worm by doing the worm.
How does the public perceive your legacy?
In a pretty positive manner. Like, we fight against evil and for good, and they about me specifically, it was kind of like, what's going on? Because I was like older when I became into the public eye. So yeah.
Cool. Overlays are updated.
Ugh, fancy.
Yeah. How does your legacy tie into your reasons for being a hero?
It's what I grew up seeing, that we use our powers for good and to fight for people who can't protect themselves.
Of course, yeah. You grew up with it. Why do you care about the team?
Because they're gonna help me in my attempts to prove to my mother that I'm worthy of the family name
Nice.
and worthy to wear all the hand-me-down uniforms.
Beautiful hand-me-downs. So, Jasmine, when did you first use your powers?
When I was 15, so only a year ago.
Oh. So how old is everybody? So you're 16.
I'm 20.
Okay.
Probably 17 for me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was right after my parents told me that they were getting a divorce and that my dad had cheated on my mom, so I was really upset.
No.
Went out and stuff started happening.
Stuff started happening. Yeah. Cool. Who's the first person you accidentally hurt with your powers?
My boyfriend.
Oh.
I grew up in a very small town with like, graduating class of like 15.
Sure.
And so I was upset. And so after my parents' divorce, I called my boyfriend to like talk to me because I was really upset. And then that's when it all happened and he got hurt. And I haven't talked to him since.
Oh,
So
no.
I really don't know if we're still together or not.
Oh, my.
Or if he's still together.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, boy. Scandalous. I like it. I like it. Who outside the team helps you control your powers?
My mom, I guess. I ran away from home though, so like I think I call her up like every now and then. She's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like,
Help
don't worry
me."
about it, Mom. I'm good."
Hey, so I destroyed something today. Can you help me with that?
Mom.
I need advice. I need to stop hurting people with my powers. Cool. Why do you continue to use your powers? They've hurt people. Like, why do you keep using them?
Cause I want to like try to like make good out of them. I don't want people to see me as a monster.
Why do you care about the team?
They're the only people who understand me.
Of course.
And they help me control my powers.
Awesome. So, Nanadu.
People just call me Nanadu. They take out the E because
Sure.
it's too long. Also, I realized I forgot to explain how I know how to use swords.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say just like internet videos, and I took some classes
course.
without
Yeah,
my
YouTube.
parents knowing.
Yeah. So when the team first came together, Nanadu, you guys found signs that this incident was just the start of something bigger. What were the signs?
Wait, incident?
I'm kind of confused by that too. Let me read this again.
I'd love to answer the question if I knew what it meant.
Let's see.
Like the incident that like brought us together.
I guess it's just purposely vague. There was an incident when your team first came together. You found signs that this incident, whatever it was just the start of something bigger.
Give us an incident so I'm not deciding what it is.
Well, here, let's look at the other characters.
Mine is, all things considered, we did well and impressed an established hero. Who was it? So with whatever the incident was, we did something good and impressed somebody.
Yes.
Mine was we destroyed our surroundings in the fight. Where was it and what did we destroy?
Okay, so let's figure out first what the incident was. What happened when your team first came together? Just in general, like, did you fight, like, defeat a villain? Like,
I'm guessing from the sounds of it, we all stumbled upon the same guy doing something bad.
Yeah, and then
that
all
makes sense.
were fighting against
Okay.
that
I'm
person.
gonna say probably the sign was we seemed to work off each other fairly well for barely knowing each other.
Well, so we found that signs that this incident, like the villain, was just the start of something bigger. What were the signs?
Oh, this villain. Okay.
Yeah, so this villain probably wasn't working alone. This is part of something bigger. What were the signs that you found that led you to believe this?
I'm gonna say.
So the superhero name generator just gave me the name Agent Hot Mole.
Hot.
Please
Agent
no.
Hot Mole.
You know what? I'm just gonna pull from My Hero Academia.
Mhm.
We were about to defeat him, and someone came out of a portal, and they brought him back in through the portal.
So someone got him out of the fight. Sure.
Someone who looked like this guy was probably pretty tough that we beat. But we eventually were working together. We kind of got him down, but afterwards, someone came out, was like, looked at us, kind of like maybe like knocked us aside, like we were nothing, even after being this big tough guy, and brought the other guy back through the portal.
Yeah, sure. Trying to find a name for this guy. Okay, so the hero that you fought was a
villain.
Villain. Yeah. The villain that you fought was a guy named Remix. And
Remix?
Yeah,
Is he a
remix.
music-
Get that funky music down, white
yes,
boy.
exactly. Yeah. So this is a musical superhero. His powers had to do with the intense villainous power of hip hop. Yeah. So he
Oh,
was
that's why it
using-
had no effect on me.
Yeah, he was using the power of sweet rhymes for evil. So
God.
yeah. So he had some sort of like music related power. We'll figure out what that was next time. So Emily, what is your team together?
All things considered, we did well and impressed an established hero. Who was it?
Yeah, who was it?
My sister.
Of course. Yeah,
She's
the
very
Royal Raven.
difficult to impress.
Yeah, the Royal Raven like flew in. She's like, "Nice job, guys."
Yeah, she was gonna come in to help, but we already kind of defeated him, and then he got pulled away. So she was impressed that 3 kids in her mind were able to do that.
How old is your sister?
She's 25, so she's about to age out.
I just realized, guys, I didn't tell you the name of my ferret. His name is Grape Nut.
Grape nut.
Grape Nut.
Yeah. So, Jasmine, what's yours?
Mine is let's see here. We destroyed our surroundings in the fight. Where was it, and what did we destroy?
Mm-hmm.
I think we were like in the middle of like a really busy intersection.
Okay. So you just like stopped traffic for a while and maybe hurt some people, destroyed a lot of cars, caused a lot of property damage.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So the DMV is after you. So a couple other questions that we have to go through here. So Nendu, you're gonna fill in these blanks here.
Yeah, I didn't see these before, so I'm
Yeah.
looking at them
Is
now.
it with members of our team or
Yes.
just in
Yep.
general?
Members of your team. Yep. Blank is awesome, and you take every chance you get to hang out with them.
I'm gonna probably pick Alyssa's character because Emily's character makes more sense with my second one.
Okay, sure.
I don't remember the names.
Yeah, so you think Jasmine's awesome, and you just like hanging out with her. Cool.
I have to prove myself to the
the
Phoenix?
Majestic Phoenix.
Which makes sense if you're from like a big
Legacy. Yeah.
superhero thing.
Makes sense. For sure. Awesome. Let's see.
I copy those in my character sheet.
M.
Okay, so
You once got caught. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's fine. You can read it in your announcer voice.
You once got caught doing something that shamed your legacy with. Oh no.
I guess Nanadu.
That would make sense.
That makes
Because-
sense to me.
That makes sense for him.
So what was
and
it?
then-
Yeah.
Oh, I have to decide what it was right now.
I mean, I guess you don't, but if you don't have an idea, that's fine. You can come
Yeah,
up with
I don't know.
it. Okay, yeah, you guys did something scandalous.
Well, because then the next one, like, am I sharing the secret right now? Because I trust. Read it out, and then I'll fill in the name.
You trust
Jasmine.
and told them an important secret of your legacy.
Oh.
Interesting. Cool. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Jasmine. You hang out all the time with
Nanadu.
Nanadu to blow off steam. Yep.
Oh,
I
I'm
see
good at
how
blowing
this
off
works.
steam.
Yeah.
I feel like he understands me the most because he also grew up in an ordinary family.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't know about ordinary.
well, family without powers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
You once
hurt Blank when you lost control of your powers. I guess Celine.
Yeah. AKA the
Rude.
Majestic Phoenix.
Where do we put our non-superhero names?
I mean, I would just put like in parentheses or something.
Okay, because like
Yeah.
technically my name is Glenn.
Also, my nickname is Jazz. That's what people.
Jazz.
That's like what my friends call me is
Sure.
Jazz.
Jazz V Remix. The Battle of the Century.
Jazz V remix. Oh, that's great.
Oh no.
Cool. So, the last questions here are have to do with influence. So influence is a currency that you can use in the game to do things, and you have influence over people. So influence. Nanadu, you are really excited to be here. So you give influence over you to 3 of your teammates, but since there's only 2, they get influence over you. So I guess it's not a currency; it's just like a condition.
Where do I put
So
that?
you don't have to put it anywhere. They'll put it in their thing. So
you both get influence over me. Yay.
yes, you can add a 1 to all rolls that target the people you have influence over. So Celine and Jasmine in that little influence over, it's in the bottom right. Add a slot there and put in Nanadu / Glenn. And then Miss Legacy. You're part of this team for better or worse, and you care what they think. Give influence to all of your teammates.
All right.
Yep. So
There we go.
Everybody put influence with her, and then you have a choice to make, Jasmine. Do you have a happy facade, or are you locked down?
Oh, I'm locked down. Oh, no.
So you give influence to 1 teammate. Who has influence over you? Who does
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Who has influence over me? How are we defining influence here?
So this is someone. So the whole game is about emotional like vulnerability and like basically like how impressionable teenagers are. So when you have influence over someone, you can tell them things about themselves, and maybe they think they're true.
Probably the Majestic Phoenix, because she shared a secret with me.
Yeah.
And I accidentally hurt her one time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like we might not hang out as much, but we have like this she has like this bond with me that like
I like that. Because it seems like you and Nanadu hang out a lot, but it's pretty superficial, right? It's just like bros hanging out sort of thing, right? But Majestic Phoenix, you have something deeper, and it's maybe a little bit, there's tension there.
Yeah.
Sure. Awesome stuff. Okay, cool. So just to give a brief explanation of what the moves do. So you have labels in this game. Labels are labeled that because they can change. You know, when you're labeled as a teenager, man, like that can change your self-image about yourself. So if you are labeled a freak, I mean, yeah, maybe you are one. Maybe you unleash your powers. Maybe you have no control over them. When you are labeled dangerous, maybe you are. Maybe you're dangerous, and maybe you just directly engage threats without thinking about it. If someone labels you a savior, yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you're a savior. Maybe you defend people. If you're superior, yeah, maybe you're good at assessing the situation or provoking someone, looking over a situation and knowing what you're supposed to be able to do. And then if you're labeled mundane, yeah, maybe you're more in touch with your normal side rather than your hero side, and you can pierce the mask or offer comfort or support to someone. So all these will come up, and these can change throughout the game. And so we'll get into whenever we do this. So basically, all y'all have to do is keep an eye on the moves that you have, and try to catch if they come up. And I'll try to do the same. But then just describe yourself doing stuff, and then I'll tell you what move to roll, what label to roll. And so the other thing about the game is, conditions are the health in the game. So you're theoretically getting injured too, but that's not what's going to take you out. Your fear, anger, guilt, insecurity, and hopelessness is what's going to take you out. And those will get marked as we play the game, and they'll give you minuses to doing things. So, yeah. So let's see here. I think what we start with is let's see. Just thinking of what is going on with all y'all. Where do you guys hang out? Where's your super secret base, or maybe not so super secret base?
The Animaniac style abandoned water tower.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
An abandoned water tower that has no water in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why it's abandoned.
So, what kind of city are you guys in? Are you guys in a big city? Or is this like what size of the city? What size of settlement is this?
Maybe medium-sized.
Yeah, so like I don't know, like several thousand people, but not like anything crazy.
It's not like New York City, but it's like a pretty big town.
Yeah.
You probably know the name of this town.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, this is a city that comes up. In
You know,
news.
like Omaha. It's not giant.
But it exists,
people
and people
know
know
the
about
name.
it. Yeah.
They
Sure.
don't know where it is necessarily.
So, is this the home of the legacy of the Iron Starling and et al?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So is your family famous outside of this city, or is this like their town?
I would say like not like there would be like maybe like a little name recognition.
Yeah, but this is like a family, like your family was born and raised in this town, and
Yeah,
they're
it'd be like
protectors
if
of
you
this
said
town.
the Iron Starling outside of the city, they'd be like, that's like, I feel like I've heard that name before, maybe like years ago.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, the town you guys live in, no, I don't want to, no, I don't want that. It was giving me like Canadian town names.
Why can't we live in
What's
Canada?
wrong with Canada?
Jeez.
Do you want to live in Canada?
What's wrong with Canada? They're nice people. and
Okay,
they
sure.
eat
We can
bacon
live in
and
Canada. That's fine. Oh, I love this. These are funny names. I like the idea of choosing a name that's like definitely indigenous and nobody can pronounce.
I like it.
Let's see. Oh, I gotta find a good one. Oh man, no, these aren't crazy enough.
Columbus.
Um,
I just said a name.
Okay, here it is. You guys live in the town of Arnakuigsack.
Arnakuigsack?
Arnakuigsack.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a Pokemon.
I know.
I like it.
You live in the Canadian town of Arnakuigsack. And you know, it's not the most popular town. And you know, but it's an important town in Canada, and you know, maybe no one outside of Canada's heard about it, but you know, they produce some maple syrup, gosh darn it, and I don't know about Canada. Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows what the export of
Arnakuigsackians.
Arnakuigsack, yeah, of the Arnakuigsackians. So Arnakuigsack is yeah, it's a snowy town in this season. So we see the town, you know, the town of Arnakuigsack. We see an abandoned water tower. We see snow drifting lightly onto its surface, and then we pan through the walls. And yeah, what is this? How have you decked out this abandoned water tower hideout to look like?
Well, I am in my hammock blowing bubblegum.
Of course.
Just chilling.
There's a pack and play
A what?
that I can stick my daughter in. And like a pack and play from years like a little bit ago, but then there's like older kid toys like
oh,
around.
that's perfect.
There's a little child's
How
area.
old is your daughter?
Now she's older. She's like 4 now.
Dang, you were young when you had her.
Yeah,
Actually-
so yeah, your daughter's just like playing with this
Hanging
stuff.
out.
Yeah, hanging
You're all
out.
just like living there with your daughter.
No.
Not
it's
living
just a
there, but
hangout.
yeah, it's just your hangout. I don't like maybe you guys, maybe
okay.
some of you guys live there, but I mean,
I don't live
The Majestic
there.
Phoenix has a mansion to go back to.
That's true. I think I live there.
Hmm.
'Cause I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Does Nanadu live there?
This is where this is home away from home. He's got his video games and everything here that his parents don't want him to have at home.
Right.
They don't know about. But
We have electricity in this tower.
I guess
yeah,
so.
Okay.
I mean, this
that's how
is
Nanadu do.
it's a world of superheroes. I mean, it's fine.
Sure.
He rigged it up somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have to have all that high class technology with the screens that say danger, danger, and like,
Yeah, exactly.
villain.
The town is in danger. Yeah.
Oh no.
oh no.
Yeah, sure. So, what are y'all doing? So, Nanadu is just like chilling on his hammock, blowing bubblegum.
Playing video games.
Yeah.
But yes, always.
I'm reading a book.
What is the book, Jasmine?
Kissing men.
We see the kissing men.
Every book doesn't have to be the kissing men in our world. Probably like a superhero like memoir.
Right. The memoir of the Iron Starling. Yeah.
No.
Okay, maybe not. Well, what famous superhero are you into? Like, yeah. The Impossible Mantis?
No, here, I'm gonna look up superhero names. Go to someone else while I look it up.
Phoenix, what are you up to? You playing with your daughter, or?
Well, me and Phoebe are both sitting in our little corner, and we're both reading. We're both reading Harry Potter books separately.
Wait, I thought she was 4.
She is.
She can read?
No, probably not. But
That's excuse me. One of my powers is speed reading / learning. So I'm assuming I
Oh
have
my
some
gosh.
mental powers that I would possibly pass on.
yes, oh my gosh, I actually love that idea. Your 4-year-old daughter is
we're
literally
both
like
reading in the
voraciously reading the
corner.
Harry Potter series at the age of 4. I love it.
Yeah, we're
That's
both
awesome.
reading Harry Potter.
Yeah, I forgot about
Jeez.
that.
Let us have our fun.
Sounds good. So, I think what happens is, y'all are kind of just chilling, right?
Actually, I have an idea. I'm probably playing video games on the big giant screen that's supposed to be like the deck.
of course.
That's what everything's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Of course, and that's when, right, like, you die in the video game, okay, whatever it is, right? And like it says like game over, and then the screen changes, and suddenly it's like the town is in danger. Oh no! And so at first you're like, oh man, and then it's like,
Oh man, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so question: do you guys have like some sort of like virtual intelligence or robotic butler, or is it just like
Just an alarm system.
just an alarm system? Sounds good.
Don't need no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
Sure.
curious. So you get this warning, and basically it is. So I mean, what is the alarm system you've rigged up? How does it work? Like, how do you get these alarms?
Probably connected to the police system.
Right. So have you legally connected to the police system, or?
Probably not.
That's probably what I did that was against my family's legacy is I got caught helping Nanadu connect to the police system illegally.
Right.
But it's like for the purpose of good, but definitely
Right, so
illegal.
you got in trouble with it, and then maybe what happened was like you used your family, like your sister came along and was just like, hey, they're just it's fine, like don't worry about this, like I'll take the flak if anything goes wrong, like they're young heroes, let them do their thing, let them help out if they can. And so like you got in trouble for it, but like kind of got away with it for now, because otherwise they would have taken it away from you. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. So, yeah, you hear like Niner, we have a 10-4 on,
We have a 10-4.
I don't know. I don't.
sure
Yeah,
10-4 is like a
Wait,
good.
wah, wah,
Wait,
wah, wah,
no,
wah.
10-4 is how you say like over.
Yeah, I
Niner,
know.
niner, we have a 10-4.
Over.
Yeah.
And they just stop. You can tell how much I watch cop shows. Yeah, so right, they say something along the lines of, like, we have a suspect fleeing the scene after a bank robbery. Please, send in all we need backup here. Yes, thank you. 10-4 over.
I turn to my ferret. I go, grape nut, swords.
Yeah, so we see this ferret, reach into this, what do you store your swords in?
They're on my back. I just say it because it's funny.
Okay, yeah, so I guess what happens is the ferret, climbs up your back and then, with its claws, throws each of them up in the air and you just, catch them.
I like it.
Yeah. So you're...
I start going, ching, 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 ching. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
So, Nanadu, we get a close-up on you now. So are all of you in your costumes right now, or are you just in your regular clothes?
I'm probably in costume, not wearing my mask.
Okay, so what does your costume look like, Nanadu? What do we see as you, step over, put on your mask,
that's
and we
right.
see the whole get-up?
I gave myself some...
You have a flashy costume.
Flashy costume. Honestly, it probably looks like I took sweatpants and just covered them. Probably kind of like mixture between sweat clothes and luchador outfit. I don't know. I'm just thinking of on the spot.
So explain to me how that works.
Well, it's kind of like that. It's looks comfy like sweatpants,
right?
but it's flashy
flowing.
like a luchador.
Okay. All right, I'll try to visualize that in my mind.
Just like I'll just say, I should
like black baggy clothing.
Let me think about it some more. Come back to me on that. I don't know.
We see you putting on your mask. Is it all black though?
No, it's flashy. It's sparkly or shiny at least.
So you're wearing a bedazzled luchador costume?
Wait, I'm supposed to be sneaky.
That's what I was wondering. You're like a ninja.
That's true.
Do you want to change your costume?
How can you be a ninja and be flashy at the same time?
I'm not sure if you can.
Let me look at the options again. I may need to switch out.
Yeah, so we see Nanadu putting on his costume or whatever, and then Majestic Phoenix. What does your costume look like?
So my costumes are all hand-me-downs.
Of course.
We all wear the same costume.
Oh, okay. So it's variations on the same costume.
Yeah. So the base of all of our costumes is kind of black fitted, kind of like morph suit without the head part.
Yeah.
So
sure.
just black fitted with shiny silver kind of feathers.
Yeah.
Not actual feathers, but just print on it.
Yeah.
And then what I have is all of them have kind of we all have different glider kind of things attached to it because we can fly, but then it helps us glide if we want to go slower, and then we can focus on something else instead of doing whatever. And so mine is bright red wing shaped.
Absolutely. So is it like those things where you go like this and it's the flaps?
No.
Or is it
it's more
wings
more
on
just
the
kind
back?
of wings on the back.
Sure.
Then I have my hands free, and then also I have how I've rigged a way to have a child carrier on my back with that. But where it's covered, where I just look like I'm wearing a backpack, so you can't
you have
tell
a
that there's a child
backwards
back there.
papoose with coverings.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it looks like I just have equipment or something on my back, but it's really how I carry Phoebe around to hide the fact that I have a daughter.
So what does Phoebe do while she's in this weird papoose backpack?
Well, I don't keep her there. That's just for transportation.
Right. Okay. It's just there.
She doesn't go with me to fight crime.
So
I have flight and super speed.
Who watches her while we're doing our stuff?
She just watch herself?
I mean, I drop her off in her playroom back at the mansion.
Okay.
So there's there's people around. Sure, and she just entertains herself.
Got it. She's on the 6th book of the Harry Potter series. Like she's got to finish it. Yeah, she's occupied all day. It's fine.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine. So like whenever we get a call, I have super speed in flight, so I can just like zoom her over there real quick.
sure.
Zoom back.
And we can assume that the abandoned water tower is somewhat near your mansion, so it doesn't take that long.
I mean, I have super speed. How long would it take anyway?
I mean, yeah, that too, right?
It's in the same city, so
Yeah. So cool, awesome, yeah. So we see Phoenix with her like black bodysuit, and then the red like fiery wings like come out of her costume. And then we pan over to Jasmine. What's Jasmine look like?
She has no costume.
Right. So you're just in like street clothes.
Basically.
So just like a hoodie and jeans.
Hoodie, jeans, and then I think like I just put on like a mask. That's it.
Right, of course.
That
Yeah.
was my idea.
What color is your mask?
I mean, you could put on a mask.
it's
but-
like Perry the Platypus with his hat.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Yeah. There you go. It's
He's
just
somehow Agent P.
Exactly.
yeah. I think that's basically it. Like she's just very ordinary looking.
Sure. Cool. So Nanny, did you decide?
I think I'm gonna go with like the costume that's on like the beacon page, but like black.
Sure. Okay, so
I
just
can
like
be,
black,
like, sneaky.
yeah, black like Here, let me.
I was gonna go with skin tight sweatpants, but that sounded weird.
So leggings.
Yeah, that's why I said it sounded
So
weird.
you have like
no,
you
not
have, like-
leggings, but like sweatpants. Like I don't know,
That's-
I mean, yes, you have black spandex with gear.
Yeah. black spandex.
Yeah.
Leggings.
With gear. Do you have a scarf? Do you have that scarf?
No scarf.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like probably a bigger mask.
Yeah. Sure. So like a full face mask rather than a domino mask.
Yeah.
Got it. Good stuff. Yeah. So we see you guys suit up, gear up, and get ready to go.
You don't really see me suit up though. It's very fast.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because you have super speed. Yeah. Suddenly
I
you're.
was already suited up, ready to go.
Yeah. Cool.
I just put on my mask real quick. I'm like,
Yeah, so apparently, yeah, there's like it's like a chase scene going on right now. They're like getting on I-23 and they're heading out of town. Like who knows where they're going, but the police are chasing after them, and maybe you can intercept them. So y'all wanna try to do that?
sure.
Yeah. So how do you go about doing this? I mean, Phoenix could get there no problem, just like flying over. But like, how are the rest of you doing it?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Is there a river nearby?
Sure. Yeah.
I would like to go down the river with like the
Right.
elements just like levitating me.
If I have air manipulation, how far does that go with being able to manipulate air?
Pretty far. I mean, you're a legacy, so your powers are kind of crazy. Yeah.
Airbender.
Like, would I be able to help propel Nanadu
Yeah.
with
Sure.
my air manipulation?
Uh huh.
Oh, you know what? I probably have some kind of glider and airbend it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we can all just have gliders and I can help.
I have an idea. I have like this. I don't know what to call it. I have this like kind of like almost like a parachute thing that I can like stick my swords in. And I can put it out like it's wings, sort of like a hang glider sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Except I use my swords with it to like hold it out, and then like they can help me glide with it.
Sure. Cool. Yeah. So we see everybody like using air manipulation and like gliding and stuff over the town. So I think what we see is we see sort of kind of like a launch pad in the center of the water tower hangout that like the camera hasn't noticed before. And then suddenly like there's a countdown happening on the big screen, like 3, 2, and then the top of the water tower opens up, and then y'all just like boo, jump into the air and start flying.
And you see me disappear for a second. I come back and my backpack is significantly empty.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you guys are flying, and then Phoenix, you're being nice and like keeping up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys are flying over the city. So we see the snowy town of whatever we named this town. What was it again? The snowy town of
Arna
Kugsak. And yeah, you're gliding over. Yeah, and I think you see. Does anyone have like a power that like gives them like some sort of vision?
I have, what's it called? Give me a second. Scoping it out. No, it's straight up creeping.
Well, that's more like sneaking.
It says when you scope out a person or place. I guess it is kind of more sneaky though.
Yeah.
I have.
Uh-oh.
What does Alyssa have?
She has the power of freezing.
Did your internet crash?
She is frozen.
No, I'm not frozen. I'm
There
here.
you go.
Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
there you are.
Hello.
I'm here. Sorry, my internet's crapping out on me.
It's all good.
Yeah, so basically it says, spend one burn point and mark a condition. Open your mind to the world around you with your powers. You can
yeah.
ask any one question about the world around you, and the GM will answer honestly.
I mean, yeah, you want to charge up your powers?
I mean, I guess.
So thing to remember, you are rolling plus conditions when you charge up your powers, and you don't have any conditions yet. So you're gonna be rolling at a +0 if you want to do that.
Okay, I mean, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, it's totally up to you. Sounds
Um,
good. So what do we see from Jasmine? She just starts like revving up. She just goes into full avatar state as she's like flying over.
I guess. I mean, so our goal is to find a car?
Yeah,
Or a
so
person?
you there's like a getaway car getting away down I-23, and the police are in hot pursuit. But you want, yeah, if you're trying to get like a read on the situation, get a little bit more information. You can
Yeah, I
definitely-
think I just want to like figure out where they are.
So there technically is before you do this, there technically is an easier way to do this, like without charging up your powers. Anyone could roll just superior to like assess the situation. But I mean, if you do the elemental awareness, you can literally just ask one question and I answer like so.
Let's try superior first. Let's see what
Okay,
happens.
yeah, sure.
I have 0 to superior.
I have 0 to superior as well.
Phoenix, what do you got?
I also have 0 to superior.
So it
Let's
won't matter.
all roll. Can we all roll?
We'll have one person roll. People can roll to help though.
We can.
Yeah, let me double check how that works.
I mean, like, what are you doing for this? Because any information that you want about, like, getting closer, I can just get closer really fast and then come back and relay the information.
I mean, I'll still have you roll superior if you do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because we don't even necessarily know where they are exactly. I mean, we know approximately, but not exactly.
Well, I mean, didn't it say on the police report though, like where they were headed?
Yeah, you know they're going up by 23.
But I'm guessing that's like a long road.
Someone rolling superior.
I thought Emily said she...
All roll superior.
Sounds good.
6.
That's a miss.
That's what I'm like, I don't know what any of these
Awesome.
things, what it means.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot that you didn't play Show Tunes with us. Yeah. So the base roll mechanism in this, yeah. Sorry, is you roll 2d6 and plus whatever, and on a 10 or higher, you succeed on whatever you're doing. On a 7 and 9, you succeed with a cost or a complication. On a 6 or lower, you fail.
Oh, it's the
No.
same system as the other one.
It is. Yeah. It's the same base system. Yeah.
Cool. I don't see anything.
Yeah.
I want to try.
Well, so that's the thing.
Oh.
When someone fails a roll, things happen. So let me pull this up real quick. Oh crap! I keep doing this.
To be fair, in my eyes, this situation is not the most worthy of using our powers to try and get this runaway car. I'm less into that kind of thing versus defending people.
Mm-hmm.
I have drives I'm trying to finish.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, you speed over there real quick, right? And you're trying to get a hold on the situation. But I think what happens instead, is you aren't really paying attention to where you're going, to what direction, like what's in your way as you're like speeding up to get this, and suddenly you run into something, and then you're like falling out of the sky, and you're like ow, and you're like falling. So go ahead and here, we'll get to this. So you're falling, and you're like looking around, and like you get hold of yourself, right? You use your air manipulation and flight and stuff. You like look around, and then suddenly your sister is next to you, and she flies over and she says, "What was that?"
What was that? What are you talking about? You
ran right into me. Yeah, so we see your sister. So your sister has the same like base outfit, right? But her thing is she has like this gold tiara, and she has like very realistic looking like black raven wings that come out of her back, right? Yeah, so she looks at you and she's like, "Listen, sis, I got this covered. You don't have to check it out. Don't worry, it's just a bank robber. Go spend time with Phoebe."
Are you? I mean, we're all here. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Let's see. What are the adult moves? Yeah, I think she looks at you and she says, "Listen, I was talking with Mom earlier, and she really wants you to lay low after that last incident, so I think it would be better if you just went back. And I would like you to mark insecure."
Okay.
Yes, that hurts a little bit. You're like, oh, oof.
So then do I like, am I able to do anything?
You can do
else
whatever
now that
you
I've
want. Yeah, you're just insecure now.
Yeah, because we need to show the city that we're still fighting after what happened. That we can still do it.
Yeah, would you like to try to roll to convince your sister of this truth?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I wonder what you're actually even doing.
Also, when you copied the stuff into my different moves, you copied the same thing multiple times.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
What did I copy?
So all of them are the one for I know what I am instead of the real ones.
Whoops. Let me grab that real quick. So I think honestly what you're doing is you're provoking someone. I think you're rolling
superior.
Yeah,
again.
I think you're rolling plus superior. Because like I mean you're insecure, right? So this is like a lash out. Like, hey, no, we need to prove ourselves.
No,
like
we can do it. So then would this be -2 to the roll because I'm rejecting what she's saying?
Yes, it is.
-2.
Oh, I wonder what this is gonna look like.
Oh no.
Oh man, even worse.
No, we can do it.
All right, let me grab the.
You become more insecure.
I think we can do it. You're right. I should just go read Harry Potter with Phoebe. I just am gonna live my life not being a super person. It's okay.
Here. There you go. Okay, your move should be good now. So there are ways to get rid of these conditions. Just as a point of note. Let me find what that is again. It might be in the peripheral moves. Yeah, so it's in the handout peripheral moves if you want to like look at them. So to clear insecure, you have to take foolhardy action without talking to your team. So if you want to clear that condition, you can do that and then it will go away. Yeah. So I think what happens is she looks at you and she puts a hand on your shoulder and she says, "Listen, sis, I realize that you want to prove yourself, but sometimes you don't prove yourself by going and being the hero, especially when that would be the wrong decision. being
Ugh, I hate her so much already.
Being a superhero isn't about doing the let's see, how do you want to phrase this? Being a superhero isn't about doing flashy heroic things all the time necessarily. It's about doing what's right. And in this situation,
I just kind of go, sometimes it's about doing flashy heroic things that are right. And then I want to go after the bank robber.
Nice.
How far behind her are we?
So I would like to, I mean, might as well just like mark angry. Because so whenever you fail a roll, I get to make a GM move, and one of them is mark a condition. So I get to make you mark conditions if you.
Okay, so but then am I going to be able to clear insecure because I'm about to take a foolhardy action without talking to my team?
Yeah, when you do it, yeah. So you just fly ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and find.
Sounds good. So Jasmine and Nanadu, you're still like gliding over. Jasmine, I assume you're helping Nanadu at this point with the air manipulation, so you can glide too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see something happen in the distance. You don't know exactly what. You saw Phoenix run into someone, but like, she's going, and then she just keeps going. And then just doesn't come back, and you guys are just flying for a while. What do you guys do? You could try to speed this process up.
Yeah.
I mean, Jasmine, you're Nova. Like,
I mean, so because I have no clue where they are, right? So I have to figure out a way to speed this up, like to find them.
Yeah. So
you said we saw. We saw her crash into someone, right?
Yeah, you saw her crash into someone, and then just keep flying off towards.
So I say go wherever. That direction.
Yeah, you just try to go quickly in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Okay, cool.
I don't
So
really know what else to do.
yeah, you're not rolling burn because you're not charging up your powers. You're just unleashing them. You're just like air manipulation. Go. So just roll freak. And we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Roll freak.
Yeah.
Roll freak. Situational bonus / penalty. I don't think I have.
No, I don't think so.
7.
There you go. That's a conditional hit. So I think you can do it. No problem. Let me look at the move real quick. So I think what happens is
on a miss, you hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions for me.
Yeah.
So on a 7 to 9, you mark a condition. That's my consequence, I guess.
Well, so we're unleashing. We're just unleashing your powers. You're not burning yet, which is just one of the basic moves. And on a 7 to 9 for that, you mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. And I think that's the one I'm going to choose. I think what happens is you totally airbend this up, right? And you just like propel you and Nanadu across the sky. But then suddenly your powers just stop working, and you don't know why, and you're like grasping at the air, and you're like, oh crap, and then you guys just start falling.
I glide down like a boss.
You
can certainly attempt.
Too.
Yeah, you can certainly attempt to. But the thing is, like, I think like before the power stops working, like the winds get a little bit too powerful, and suddenly you're like all messed up. So you can try to right yourselves and glide down, but you are currently falling. So
we get there, but then we start falling.
Yes, yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, I mean, how do you guys? You just want to try to right yourselves?
I want to try and right myself and glide down.
Sounds good. Let's see what you are doing.
I have a -1 to freak. This is gonna be hard.
So.
Oh, Caleb.
Yeah.
Question. With that interaction with my sister, would that have been her taking influence over me?
Yes, I think so.
So then, would I mark a potential and take +1 forward from the Legacy Matters?
Oh, that is a thing, isn't it? Yeah. Go ahead.
What does take +1 forward mean?
+1 forward means the next roll you do, you'll get a +1 on.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so the game doesn't really have moves exactly to do this. So I think you're unleashing your powers is what you're doing. That's the most likely role here. but in which case you're just trying to unleash your powers of grace and, gliding ability.
Here goes nothing.
So yeah, go ahead and roll freak, both of you.
Okay.
I rolled it. Nothing happened.
There might be a box that comes
Oh
up. There.
crap!
Press OK. Hon.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, no!
Nice. You both fail.
No, Nanadu, no!
This is wonderful. Cool. So yeah, y'all start falling. And you can't right yourselves. And so I think what happens is I'll make it simple. You guys fall. And you crash into I-23's traffic. So you're in the middle of a busy highway now, and you guys see how to we get that moment where we suddenly cut to just a person on the highway just driving along, and he's drinking some coffee, and he's humming to a song on the radio. And then suddenly, someone's on his windshield, and he's just like, "Oh my gosh!" and pulls over and crashes.
The lesson here is don't drink and drive.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then Nenadu and Jasmine, you both just crash into cars and cause a wreck on the freeway. So that's a thing. So. If you guys would
We're
both...
really bad superheroes.
Yes, we are.
So
I love it.
If you would like to both mark guilty, please do so.
I would think, wait, would it be guilty for me or would it be angry? Oh, because guilty could be card.
Because you caused a bunch of crash.
I think it would be insecure because I just failed my...
Sure, yeah. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, so Nanadu were guilty because I think you were the one who literally fell on the car, right? And caused someone to crash. But yeah, so you guys are more or less okay. You're superheroes, so you managed to not get hurt by the fall. But you're a little scraped
I'm
up.
not a superhero.
Yeah.
I'm just the guy.
Your
with
ego is a
swords.
little bruised, as well as your tailbone, and yeah. So you guys are on the busy freeway, and I think you hear the distant sound of sirens ahead of you that are following whoever this bank robber is. So they're ahead of you now. But it seems like your air powers are on the fritz, Jasmine. So.
Okay. Great. Does any of my other powers work, like fire?
You can certainly attempt to see if they work. I won't guarantee anything.
Oh God. Okay. Let me see here. Ooh. You channel the full capacity of your incredible powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses.
Mm-hmm.
That I can do that if I unleash my burn.
Yeah, you want to burn? So you're just
Yeah.
you know what?
I'm gonna,
Power this.
I want to charge up my powers.
Sounds good. So we see Jasmine go into the avatar state. So would you like to go ahead and roll burn and then add a +1 because you have one condition?
Okay. So I just type in 1 for situational bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It's mine or
It's +1 because I have
+1.
condition.
okay.
It's an 8.
Cool. So you hold 3, but you do have to mark a condition. So what condition do you mark? Do you just get angry, or do you get afraid? Do you get guilty? Hopeless?
I'm not hopeless because I just unleashed my powers.
Mhm.
So probably angry at myself for
Right.
not being able to just have done what I should have done in the first place.
I should have stopped Qatar from getting burned. Ah!
Yeah. So how many burn do I get for?
You hold 3. Yeah.
I held 3
So
burn.
go ahead and put that in your little hold section there on your character sheet.
Cool.
Yeah. So you
But I
can
guess I'm gonna use.
spend 1 burn.
Well, overcharge I think uses 2 burns.
Yeah, spend 2 burn when you take a 10+. Okay, so Yeah, all right. Yeah, so basically what happens next then is you would technically roll to unleash your powers, but you can just spend 2 burn to automatically get a 10+. So that's what's happening. Yeah, so you get a 10+ on unleashing your powers. So you can overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses. So what would you like to do?
I would like to I mean, I guess overcome an obstacle. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think what I'd like to do is, since like air wasn't working for me, I think I'm gonna try to like use like my hands to like propel myself with fire.
Of course, yeah.
And like rocket shoot myself across to where the sirens are.
Sure, yeah.
Just look, I'm like, that's okay. I'll find a way.
You know, and I think it's probably the note on which we take our first break. We see Nanny Do just like staring after Jasmine, and she just flies away, and he's just like, all right, that's fine. I'll just stay here, I guess. I'll find a
On
way.
this guy's windshield.
Yeah, and the guy's just like, you're gonna pay for that.
My windshield.
Yeah, my windshield. Cool. So we'll be right back
I
with more.
purchased it with my cabbage money.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more Gamebound Masks right after this. Stick around.